shit's given. No shit given. No shit's given. We don't care what you think.
Welcome to No Shits Given.
We're back again for another week of complaining about shit.
Yep, I'm Chris.
I'm Ben.
Let's get into it.
I've got all kinds of stuff, so where would you like to start this week?
Wherever you want. I don't care.
All right. We took a sweet road trip to South Carolina, saw the band He Is Legend. They were awesome. Did a nice VIP meet and greet with them. It was super cool. I thought while we were taking this adventure that I was going to come back and just rail about traffic because it was terrible. If you know me at all, and you know that if you add 2 hours on a 12-hour trip for me, that trip was frickin' bad because I cut hours off my Google Times.
Yeah, how do you do that, man?
I do very fast at a very consistent speed, and I don't slow down for much. So I figured that the 95 really means that's the speed limit, not necessarily just a suggestion.
Right.
So I thought that was going to be the case because it was absolutely brutal traffic. Pennsylvania was fucking terrible. I don't understand.
That's the worst state to drive through.
Absolutely.
Pennsylvania sucks.
I came home.
Your roads suck. It all sucks.
the whole thing. Your drivers.
Except the Steelers. The Steelers are great.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Pennsylvania.
The drivers are not so good either. So I came home and I actually had to sit down my daughter because I was just bitching about it. But when, and I get that people are stupid, and I get all the things that make traffic confusing and crazy, lane shrinkages, road closures, and everything. When did it become the thing that we only pass on the right-hand side? And what in the world would ever possess a person to come to a complete and total stop on an interstate?
So, I can answer the one question.
Okay.
When it became the norm to pass on the right was when people stopped getting out of the left-hand lane.
But I watched, I'm aggressive, so yeah. I'll run my car right up into your trailer hitch and you get the point that I'm going to go faster. So you move to the right. Got it. I pass you. There's nothing around us. Yet you still get back in the left lane?
Of course.
I don't compute. I get back in the lane.
Yeah, because that's their lane.
Yeah. I am guilty. Like, I'll get in the left lane and just set the cruise, and I don't care what's happening. I'm going faster than everybody.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm going faster than everybody.
It's because people don't learn anything. There's no drivers.
Yeah.
There's no. We talked about this.
That's what I say. That's why I thought that was going to be my thing. But then we took our ride home. The concert was awesome. Seeing her brother was awesome. My nephew, super cool dude, had a great time at the concert. Came home, same issue. Ended up actually stopping and doing a little side trip that we always say we're going to do someday at the Shenandoah Caverns. That was super cool. Well, once we left there, we got big news, which was that...
You're pregnant.
No. You'll know if that's ever happening, because all of a sudden Ben and Mariah aren't going to be anywhere near each other. We live in somewhere tropical. Stephanie decided to make the jump and become a full-time tattoo artist.
Awesome.
It is awesome, and we're super pumped for her. It's a huge leap of faith in yourself to make that jump. And so it led us to a lot of conversations about what we would tell her about, the pitfalls of being a tattoo artist. The tattoo arts are one thing, and the tattoo business is a separate thing. You are a person who's had to learn how to sell yourself to make your product profitable. Yeah. Most people, like take Stephanie, who's never had a job where we don't do anything but go to the work, clock in, clock out, go home. It's out of mind. Nobody works at Walmart and gives a shit about what's happening at Walmart in their
or anything. Period.
Or in their off hours at all. And she's guilty of that. And that's a lifestyle that you live, and most people live that lifestyle working for the man or whatever.
Right.
When you have to become a work for yourself type of person, you understand business opportunity is at every door, every corner.
Well, and it never ends. You're always at work.
Right. And the joke has been like, I traded a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9 because that's really what you're working now, right, if you're lucky enough to shut it off at 9.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different mindset. And work ethic with her in particular is not a concern because she's just an awesome worker. But how to redirect that into now I work for myself. So some of the conversations we've had about how to avoid the pitfalls are not really applicable to her because she works for a established brand. We had to build the brand, which was very freaking difficult. But things we didn't understand at the time were the fact like appearance really matters and image really matters. And like I was saying to a guy the other day, like, why do I have a Challenger instead of an SUV? An SUV may be more practical.
Right.
The Challenger is a freaking awesome 392 Scat Pack, all the car you're ever going to need. But it's a image.
It stands out.
It stands out. You,
It's a
you see
billboard
it.
for the business.
Right. You see the car drive down the road, like, that's a cool car. Oh, yeah, I want a tattoo. So everything, like, I'm going to spin all over the place on this, but, like, one of the things I did back in the day, we weren't making any money, was business cards. They're super cheap to get. You drop them everywhere. I literally have a story of a guy that found my business card on the back of a toilet in Adams Center at the gas station because I stopped to take a leak and threw one on the back of the toilet in Adams Center. And a week later, I got a tattoo appointment out of it.
Yeah.
So that type of mindset.
Their mindset, though, is a little questionable. Like, okay, when I'm getting a tattoo,
Yep.
I want to know about the artist. I want to know what kind of work they do. I don't want to find the card on the back of a toilet seat and be like, that's the place I'm going to get my tattoo. I don't care.
Well, all he did was look it up and you see what it is. So, like,
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
I do get it.
That's a little questionable
It works.
on their side.
Yeah, I don't care.
No,
We do all kinds of random attempts to advertise, but you literally, like I was explaining to her, we'll use my wife for an example. Like, it became apparent that no longer was rate them on a 1 to 10 scale because that's not chauvinistic. We're like,
we'll get to that in a later episode.
Oh yeah,
We'll do some
I'm terrible, but I don't mean it. But I do.
you do.
But I do. But no longer is coming to work at a 5 acceptable. You're always at a 7. Even you, Mariah, will go home and get in the hot tub, makeup's off, back in pajamas. Oh crap! I forgot I gotta go get milk. Everything goes back on because when you go to get milk, you get approached by somebody about a tattoo. So you're always working when you're in public and you're building a public persona and a brand for yourself. Like, it's not always they come to under your skin.
Right.
They come a lot of times because of Mariah or of Stephanie. So you're building yourself. I mean, take Todd Hunter, for example, down in Utica. Like, he could change shops, but he's built enough of a brand for himself. Everybody knows the name. So he could work at any different shop and they're going to go see Todd Hunter. That's years of work and effort, and it doesn't ever stop. So it's a challenge to understand that when you're used to being able to clock out and go home. We're constantly running social media stuff. We've gotten to this age and stage now where at 10 o'clock our phone goes silent. Done. The kids can get through with nobody else. But that's because we spent 15 years answering messages at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You get up, first thing you do, you check your phone. Oh crap, I got messages. It's important for comments and stuff to get on, to be responded to keep that thread moving on the feeds where normally you're done with your day and you aren't doing work. And it's work because you're constantly dealing with public all the time, which, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. I've always equated it. We have 10% of the people that we have to deal with are a pain in the ass. Just flat out. But when you're doing 200 tattoos a year, 10% is not that many. You're not that bad. Right. It only is overwhelming when 10% is now of 20,000 people. So it's a bartender, therapist mentality you got to get into. Tips are better if I do it this way. You got to read the person in the room and understand things like that. It's where a lot of tattoo shops go wrong, in my opinion, is they don't have me or someone like me in the corner saying, hey, we're running business here. Right.
This isn't playtime.
Well, in general, the tattoo artists are so into what they're doing. I won't call them all self-absorbed, But I truly believe you got to be some little bit of an egomaniac in order to be able to do this job effectively, because you are now the shit.
Right.
You know, you don't. This isn't a job where you come in and do a second take at it. If the line don't come out, the line didn't come out. You got to be able to work that and do it right the first time every time. So they get very wrapped up in how good they are and how great everything is, and forget that that's just one little corner of the puzzle. You know, it's a business that we're doing, so it's about making money, but it's also an experience we're selling so we can repeat this process. Right. You know, a lot of tattoo artists, you look at a lot of tattoo shops, dark, closed off, you don't know what's going on out in there. Yeah. Right now, in the front of my shop, I have a girl in a thong getting a tattoo right square in front of a Main Street window.
Yep, when they're doing construction, the construction workers are walking by. I reminded her of that as soon as I walked in the door.
Last week, she was there getting the other piece worked on, and the school bus stopped out front.
Yeah.
And it about tipped over when all the kids
kids ran to one side.
But it's bright, it's clean, it's visible.
Yeah.
We show you what's happening. It's everything is out in the open, and it's not a sketch. You don't walk in and you're sketched out. You walk in like, oh, this is neat. This is a cool place to be. And then we sell you the whole experience. You're tailored, you know, we used to be a little bit more particular with the music, but now we see so many people, we don't really change the playlist a lot. But we used to get right down to, you know, I know this person's a country person, so let's put on a really mellower vibe today.
And then you just went to all old country music and the twangs.
Yeah,
so now
no.
when you come in, that's all you hear.
Yeah.
I know. I was here. You know, I've been here for it. So.
Yeah. What we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's an image building machine. I was saying to a guy the other day, like, think of what your version of a stereotypical tattoo artist does on an off day.
Drugs.
Oh, well, thanks. We're really trying to change that. I'm thinking, like, I view them about 2 notches down from, like, a rock star.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Lots of
you know,
drinking.
partying,
Yeah,
doing,
that's what I'm saying.
living the life that you want to live.
Yeah,
You know,
living
'cause-
that rock star.
right, you know, and so you have to portray that image to maximize your money. It's not about whether you are that type
When
of
you're
person.
actually living it, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta fake it.
I don't understand, like, you know, like you said, if Mariah's gonna go out, she's gonna put clothes back on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone should do that. Like,
They should, and I mean,
I can't stand
pajamas.
Yes.
Yes.
Why are you going out in your pajamas?
Because
Don't do it.
You're fucking lazy
Throw on a
and you're
pair of
gross.
frickin' jeans over your pajama pants.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It irritates me.
It irritates me too. Our kids tried to get away with that when they were younger. That's not a thing.
No,
The sweatpant craze is just on the edge of being stupid.
Yeah, it's
Like,
close.
You know.
Are you going to the gym?
Or are you just trying to be in a chill mellow? Like a tracksuit is cool. Okay, I got it. Every day, the
It's
same
not anymore,
tracksuit.
buddy. It's not.
Yeah, come on.
Back in the early 2000s,
I had,
maybe?
yeah.
Yeah, not so much.
No.
Unless you're European. I found out that my wife's brother wanted a tracksuit. Oh, that's in over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure it is.
I guess it is. They're into the Adidas stuff. I don't know.
I remember that.
Anything name brand over there. Like,
Well, now.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like Calvin Klein, you know, whatever other name brands there are. That's how much I know about that crap. I know nothing. But they're into that. Like, everything has to be branded.
Yep.
Like, even if it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's branded.
As long as it's got that sticker on it,
Yeah,
I get it.
That's all that matters. And
Yep.
they all wear fanny packs. European men all wear fanny packs. But they're not like around your waist like your dad used to wear, you know, the big fanny packs. They're like these slim things. They like wear them like
Oh, like a
almost
purse.
Like a purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
They all wear it.
Nope.
It's like a merce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My wife's like, you should get one
Yep.
when you're over there. I'm like,
Yeah,
nope,
you should.
I'm fine. My wallet
That should be
works-
posted on the internet. You with the burst.
My wallet works great. Thank you very much. Hey, I hear Rogan has one. He's a tough guy.
Oh yeah, I don't look at him as much of a leader in anything either.
One thing I do is I always wear my wallet in my front pocket.
Yeah, yeah. If you're out like that, absolutely.
Anyway, I do it all the time.
Oh,
now.
do you?
Well, I used to just do it when I.
You got one of those slim ones then, or you're not carrying a wallet like
It's not
I'm
that
like-
slim. I mean, It's
Well,
a
no, you got
comfort.
lots of money in it. But
No, I wish. I got $2 in my pocket.
welcome to being married. You get the change.
I know. It's not that big.
Oh, mine's way
but
big.
it's not like slim.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of
Yeah.
coverage in it. Yeah, they're about the
Yeah,
same.
about the same. Mine's wider. Mine has a picture of my daughter on it, and yours doesn't. So.
No. She's not born yet. It'd be a really gross picture if I had it on there.
I get the ultrasound.
Yeah.
They got some pretty sweet friggin' ultrasound
Isn't that
now.
sick?
That is nuts.
Yeah, you can
Some of the
see
stuff, like
3D.
you can see their eyelashes and shit.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Mhm.
And they put flesh tones in there, which is like
Oh, that's weird.
even weirder. Yeah, this is what the baby really looks like. There's skin and everything. Here's the mucus around them.
No.
Blood.
Yeah, it was better than having to look at it and be like, all right, you say that's a kid?
Yeah.
Like, I could see the thing, but it doesn't look like a
Hey,
child.
I can see the ancient alien theory in those things.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Like, oh yeah, we might have been.
They are weird looking when they first come out.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
When they first come out. First off, I'm never looking again.
Yeah.
It ruined my
Me
wife's
either.
vagina
Me either.
for
That's
me
why
for a
I
little
never
bit.
had a. That's why I never had a second.
It ruined the vagina for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was really gross what just happened now.
Mhm.
And especially when you see it go in and out. Like, what the hell, dude? I got yelled at because I'm like, just push. I mean, it's freaking right there. You're hurting the kid. Push. Just push.
No. It's time.
Nope. I got yelled at for that one. But I could see it.
Yeah.
Like, you're there.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, just push the freaking thing out.
Take a crap, but it crowns. It's going. Like that's what's happening.
So yeah, next one I'm not looking.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
That was
Mariah's
nice.
watched all three of them. Born. That's good enough. I'm done with that. So I've never made that mistake again.
Nope, not looking again.
So he had was sweet. I just stayed home until it happened. They're like she had to be induced.
Yeah.
So I've played that game. I know what the deal is. So it's gonna be a while. She wasn't quack. She wasn't quick about having them in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. And so they induced her like at 11 o'clock in the morning the one day, and I'm like, yeah, call me when it happens.
Yeah.
All through the whole night, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, perfect. Be down there for no problem. So it's super cool, but no, that's like, I can't think of anything much more gross than have to watch that ever again.
Like you said, when they come out, they're like, "Is my kid ugly?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
at that time,
And that's the thing. Like, there's another thing to bitch about. If your kid's ugly, just own it.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I am so.
would.
Mariah's like, oh, we have to be nice. Like, why can't I just tell you? Like, that's a weird looking kid. I'm sorry. Maybe it'll get better. But I
Yeah.
mean, like,
well, he got better.
yeah. And most of them do.
'Cause
But
at
they're.
first, he was weird looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Oh, you can't ever judge, like, the first 2 weeks. But,
Right.
like, then the features start, like, their face, like, is no longer matted up from trying to
He
slide
was
through
weird
a
looking
quick.
for a little bit because he was so little.
Mhm.
He was so runty. But once he filled out, like,
Yeah. Once you start
that's
seeing
a
what their
good-looking
face
kid.
can.
But man, at first I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that's the wrong way to think, but like, I
Well.
don't want an ugly kid.
It's not even like you don't want the ugly kid. You just know how difficult it's going to be
them.
for them, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
What it's not personal. It's not like I don't want to be seen
Is
with
it
an ugly
bad though? I kind of want an ugly daughter.
kid. Yes, that is bad.
But
I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. My daughters are too good looking.
yeah,
Yep.
I don't want a smoking hot daughter because I do not want guys sniffing around all the freaking time. Now, if she's gay,
Yeah.
okay.
That is one of the pros about that. Like if she's gay, like, done. You know.
Yeah.
First thing goes out the window is worry about him getting knocked up.
Yep.
But
I had a friend who's like, I like having boys because then you only have to worry about one dick.
mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a
Yep.
girl, you have to worry about all the dicks.
And I thought the same thing until my son was old enough to start running around.
Yeah.
And then I realized that's only going to happen once every 9 months with my daughter. Your son can impregnate 6 in a week.
Yeah. It's different with pregnancy.
Yeah.
for sure.
When I was really concerned. Like, he running around. And I'm like, gotta be good. And then when my son went out, I started going out. I'm like, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, the one day it dawned on me, like, he's got that girl. And then a couple weeks later, there's this one. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
But you know, when you're a dad and your son's bringing home a bunch of different girls, you're like,
Yeah.
all right.
I was all right. Then I'm like,
Now, if
wait a
your
minute.
daughter's bringing home a bunch of different guys,
Well,
that's a different story.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
well, good luck to you. Because if you don't want them at the house, that bitch means she's never going to be home.
I know. Yeah, she's going to be beautiful. I'm going to be cursed, but whatever.
You know,
It's fine. I'll deal with it. I have a lot of guns.
it's difficult. Yeah, I was always intimidating enough
Yeah.
to where it wasn't too much of a concern.
Guns and tattoos.
There wasn't, it wasn't really the boys that were the problem. It was my kids.
Right.
You know, they realized how to get around me not having their friends around by just getting out of the house, and but it's
But that worked out too, because the kids were out.
Right. It
Good
was
ages.
it was a lot. It was it was
Yeah, but they wanted out.
yes.
You know, where a lot of kids now.
Could you imagine
Not.
they consider me difficult to live with?
You're gone for what, 3 months out of the year?
More than that. Like we're here.
Yeah.
Like at one point I had my daughter was talking about moving back from the West Coast, and I'm like, this could work. I'm never home during the day, and for 3 months out of the year we're pretty much at camp.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I'm like, I couldn't live with her. Like,
No, but you
none
barely live with her.
right. That's what I was thinking. Like, you could come here, you get resettled, you get some coin back up. She is at the age where we're not in school and not have a specific direction, but she's the gig economy. I'm concerned. Like, what are you doing for money? She's like, door dashing. All right, I know you can make money doing that.
Yeah,
People do, but that's
They
not
do,
not
but
a job.
There's so much to consider with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good side hustle.
Well, it's really a really great side hustle for her right now because she doesn't even have a car.
Right.
So she's doing it with her friend, and somehow
Oh.
the friend is still giving her some money for helping her.
Thanks for sitting with me?
I guess.
Wow.
19-year
Okay, that's a good gig.
19-year-old girls, right?
Okay, that's fine. But
Yeah.
when you're doing it yourself, like, you got wear and tear on your car.
Mhm.
You got gas. You're running all over the freaking place. And if somebody, like, complains or something or wants their money back, like, you don't get paid.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
people try to scam that stuff
All the time. Yep.
And that's not for me. What I'm waiting for is when the Teslas have that robo taxi go drive your car can just go out and make you money.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Say, okay, car,
You are now at Uber today.
yeah, go make me some money. It's night. It's the weekend. Come back when you need more electricity.
drunk people in my car. Negative.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna make me some money.
Yeah. Robo taxi. It would make a lot of money around here.
There's nothing.
There, because there is nothing.
Yeah.
You're on to something there, but
It'd just be the Uber, and I don't have to deal with people.
yeah,
Which
it's
I do.
ideal.
a big. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm gonna get this to work when I get in editing, so we'll see. But what were we talking about? Ugly daughters?
Yeah.
No.
No taxis and no
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
lack of there of taxis.
Oh yeah, we have nothing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have an Uber.
But
Nobody Ubers. I can't believe nobody Ubers.
There is an Uber.
Is there?
Yep. Guy in Port Leyden does it.
Oh. Well, more
Or-
should.
Yeah. Oh, I would think.
You would think. But then again, everyone drinks and drives around here, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I always remember it when I went out to the bars. It's like, nobody cared. Like,
Yeah, there was. I remember more than once being pulled over and then followed home.
yeah. No, I'm talking about, like, people just don't
Just
care.
doing. Yeah, don't care. No, I think the attitude's really changed lately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Around here?
It's gotten too expensive.
Yeah.
And the older crowd is now just staying in.
Yeah.
Your 50s and late 40s, early 50s are
Maybe
now.
the younger ones are DDing now.
Yeah, and I do see that a lot. But
We didn't.
no, not only did I not do that, I was the designated drinking driver.
Yeah.
Like
I was
always the one that was able to get us home. It didn't matter how bad everybody else was.
I used to have, like, a psychic ability. I could tell when I was riding with someone if we were going to get into an accident or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It happened twice, and I was right.
Both
Both
times.
times, yeah. Like, I have a feeling we're gonna crash tonight. Yep, ended up in a ditch on Big Moose Road.
Yeah.
Yep. for
See,
sure.
like, I hear a lot, and I always said it to my children, like, it doesn't matter, and my kids have done it to me and proven me right. I will come anywhere, anytime,
Yep.
and pick you up, no matter how wasted you are.
Yep.
I will not give you an ounce of crap until the next morning. But, it just as safe as, there's that. I hear a lot of parents say that, and I hear a lot of kids having that kind of attitude, like, I don't have to. If it's that bad, I just get somebody to come get me.
Right.
So I think it really...
I'd be
has-
that way
has
with my
changed.
kids. I mean, I partied my butt off.
I'm that way with your kid. He doesn't even know it yet.
Right.
It's we've done it a lot. Like a lot of times, I'm with the fire department and whatnot, so I'm kind of on call on like New Year's Eve and
Right.
4th of July
Yeah,
stuff.
so you've seen all
Anyways,
this bullshit.
so I've seen them a lot, but like I will tell random customers that just happen to strike me nice, like, dude, you're going out tonight. It's a whatever holiday. I'm not doing anything. Don't drive home drunk.
Right.
And I've been called.
Yeah.
And,
That's
you know,
good.
it's cool. It wasn't really cool. It was a fucking blizzard, and I drive from Lions Falls all the way out to Crossroads to go get a guy. But once you make that offer, you can't be like, it's kind of, roads are bad.
You can make it.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah. How many you have? Only 10? You'll be fine.
Let me see.
Yeah.
How many hours has it been? You're-
Drink water.
Remember, don't go more than 5 miles an hour. over the speed
Right.
limit.
That
was
is-
always my rule.
Yep.
That was don't go the speed limit.
Yep. Because then you look suspicious.
Don't go under the speed limit,
Mm-hmm.
and don't go too far over the speed limit. There's like the perfect
Yep.
little.
And then don't ever hit 2 lines back to back.
No.
That's the trick one.
No. Boy.
Yeah, I've been guilty, but I mean, like, it definitely is a thing that you could use around here. Is more of the delivery services.
Yeah.
The problem is that they end up being so expensive because you got to drive them so damn far.
That's true.
You know, so I think that's a turnoff as a consumer.
I remember
'Cause
doing
I'm
that.
not paying $50 to get my Walmart delivered from Lawville.
No, but during COVID when they had that Instacart and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, I never did it. I would do it to the office because my office was
You're right
close
there.
enough.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, just bring it to the office, and it cost you a couple bucks in tip or whatever. But
Right, but you don't have to
It
go
was
in.
worth it.
Yeah,
yeah. Now I don't know why I don't use the
pickup.
pickup now. Like
I tell her that all the time because it's a running joke. Like the odds walking in, we'll look at the parking lot. How full is it? And then we'll make our prediction what the percentage of chances we're going to get out of there without being accosted about a tattoo.
right.
And so I'm like, why don't we ever pick it up? But we just can't ever plan. And so like we'll have one day off a week. I think that's the day I'm going to make it to Walmart. But I don't know. You know, I might get 2 ambulance calls in the morning and screw the whole damn day up.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to I'm going to be at Walmart at 3 o'clock to pick up my groceries.
Right.
So then we end up having to go to Walmart because it's the only damn place around to go.
That's all we have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well.
And it's where everybody else goes. Like, it's insane. Like, you're going to run into a family member, a client. It's
I'm
a
head
guarantee.
down.
Yep.
Head down.
Me too. And you would think that if you saw this in a less than encouraging mood to walk through the store, you wouldn't be like, wonder if I can waste 10 minutes of his time while he's trying to get a steak.
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
I got people that come in here and they're like, I'm sorry, I gotta find it in my phone. No, this is the perfect place for that. I'm at work.
Yeah.
This is the time where I will stand here for 10 minutes and wait for you to find that picture you found 7 years ago. But when you do it to me and I'm standing there pumping gas, why would you think you could do that? I'm not that approachable. But they do. They do.
You got that look, man. They just
I
won't talk.
need more tattoos. I'm getting tattooed today. Next,
Are you?
after Stephanie. Yep.
Yeah, what are you doing today?
My whole right ass cheek.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've been, I've wanted my back done,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how I like that one artist with the Harley stuff and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So I'm like, AI. I'm a genius. No, I'm not. I'm stupid because I didn't read AI's terms and conditions.
Right. No trademarks.
So I don't know what AI doesn't understand. It's not that intelligent. I don't want a piece of their work.
Mm-hmm.
I want something similar to a piece of their work. And I want my own motorcycle. No. First off, my motorcycle has a name on it that they don't want to use.
Yep.
It's like, well, take it off. I don't care. I just want my bike. I own the damn bike anyway, so who gives a shit? AI does. And then I'm like, I want it in this style. They're like, no, we cannot use their style of art. I could do a generic style. So but I can't say in the style of certain artists.
Everything they do is biting somebody else's style to begin with.
I know.
The style part I don't get. Like the branding part I can follow.
Right.
You know, but the style is just a style. It's not a trademark thing or a function.
I've got another AI thing I'm gonna try that might not be so restrictive as just like ChatGPT. So that I pay for, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not free. You know, I get if you want to do it to free folk, but I'm paying for it.
Right.
Damn it, give me what I want.
Pay for the program, get the whole program.
Yeah, give me what I want. Anyway, so I got another part of it. I'm gonna try and see if that'll do it, because that seems to be a little less restrictive, considering it uses actors.
You might have to go old school and actually give it to an artist.
I know. Well, I tried that out with her. She doesn't want anything to do with trying to come up with that.
But you can.
I know she can.
Yeah, she
but
can.
She would hate me so much.
Yeah, not anymore than she already does. It's her job. See, that's the beautiful part about understanding her role. Because even if she does hate you, you won't know it.
What I think I might do is have my wife take a picture of my back and my ugly tattoo on my back, and then say, hey, come up something cool. Here's the ideas that will work as a cover-up.
That'd be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah.
How AI thinks a cover-up works.
Right.
Are we interested in that? Yeah. We've been, as it was coming down the pipe, very concerned about the AI taking the art out of the tattoos.
Yeah. It comes up with some crazy stuff.
But this conversation is a prime example. Like what it's doing is helping you weed out what's going to work and not work.
Right.
And you'll come in with some type of reference picture.
Yeah.
Which is the key starting point that people don't understand for us. Is like, I can't pick out your tattoo. I don't know who you are.
Right.
Even you. I've known you for years.
Right.
Got an idea of what you'd be into, but I can't pick it out.
Right.
All right. But you, especially with these complex ideas, like I want 3, 4, 5 different things in one, and it gives you the time to sit there and mess around with it and realize it's not going to work the way you think it does before you come to us with the idea. She's used AI to generate pictures and then still use the tattoo process after that.
Right.
But it's not taking away stuff from her abilities. She still, and all tattoo artists are going to have a unique skill set and mindset on how a tattoo design works that I don't think AI is really going to ever grasp. That's why I use it to cover up. And I'm like, ooh, I've seen people bring us ChatGPT stuff. We've done a whole sleeve on a guy that was awesome. What he brought in from that. But I don't know how it would look at covering something. So that'll be really cool to check out.
That's what I'm going to see what it'll do. And I'll give it suggestions.
Because that'd be even more awesome, because I have so many people come in with cover-up ideas that are completely unrealistic.
Right. So
if you cannot cover black tribal with white flowers, it's never, ever gonna work. Don't fucking ask me.
Why then? You could have these nice white flowers with black tribal behind them. That you'll still see
all the time. Yeah. Black is not something that gets covered up by white. These blackout sleeves where they put white over top of it, driving me fucking up the wall.
Blackout sleeves.
We're gonna take your entire arm and just black it out from the wrist to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Completely black.
Yeah.
And then supposedly
work the white into it.
After it heals, we can come back and put white on top of it and make a whole different kind of design. And they look absolutely amazing the next day.
Right. Well, I know how well white holds.
Yep.
It's even hard to get white in the skin.
Yeah. Paint a black wall white. Tell me how many times you got to do it before it stays white. And then understand the fact that's a wall. It's not a living organism that's going to shed and change itself and be exposed to the elements. It never works. I hope somebody can figure it out someday. Yeah. I've seen so many bad examples of it that as soon as somebody spits out the words blackout, first of all, no actual tattoo artist wants to black out your arm. It's fucking boring. Right. It's a waste of their time and intelligence and artistry. But even if they do, it's just for the money. And even then, it's not going to look good. You're going to do it 6-7 friggin' times, and then you're going to have a black arm. Like, no. And then they want to, well, we're going to do this afterwards. No, it's an absolute non-starter. Won't even do it. Yeah. She's barely, Stephanie will still do them, but she's to the point now, like, any of that old school tribal stuff, like your newer tribal stuff, she still will enjoy and do. But just the black block tribal stuff, she won't. We don't even do them.
I don't even want it anymore though.
Nobody really does, and everybody that's got it is now trying to figure out how to cover it up. Yeah. Sometimes with white daisies, you know. And but even then, like even those are the worst. Yeah. Because it's just so much chunky black that even a cover up, like the idea.
She covered this one up really good.
Mm-hmm. But
you can't even tell that was tribal.
But it's so limited in what you can do with it. Right. Part of what makes a good cover up is that I don't think it's a cover up. Right. You know,
that's the best.
That's the best compliment you can get when you walk out of here. Is they're like, I have had this tattoo for 30 years and I can't even see it. Right. It makes it really difficult. So the best cover-ups are ones that don't look like a cover-up. Yeah, sure. And so when you have chunky black tribal and everything starts being so dark in there that you can't do much with it, which makes it really challenging. They're the herpes of the friggin' 90s as far as I'm concerned. That's the gift that will not stop giving, is this tribal phase. Like we were all like in some kind of tribe somewhere.
I know. What tribe are you in?
You got a tribal piece. Yeah. It's completely hand-drawn by a white girl. Yep. She didn't look anything up to see. That is just a bunch of triangles.
My wife was so happy when I covered this one up because that was drawn by an old girlfriend.
Yeah. See, all my tattoos are drawn by my old girlfriend.
Yeah, but she's your wife.
I miss her. No, well, my wife is a different woman. You know the difference. My girlfriend wanted to keep me happy all the time. Yeah. My wife knows I'm stuck.
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I want to get my back done. So
yeah. It's another piece to the puzzle. Then I'm down to just my left ass cheek and my left leg are completely bare. Yep. I've got to get, at some point, more of my skull done. Yeah. But I'm really kind of just waiting a couple more years.
Sure, it sucks.
Well, it sucks, but I have to do this stuff. Yeah. You know, I always, like I told her a million times, like I always knew I wanted some tattoos. But I had no idea that this is what it was going to end up looking like. You know, it's just gone, and I'm promotional, it's a persona, it's all of this, and I get, you got an armpit tattoo one day, and a guy watched you get it, and decided he should get that. Yep. So I'm always doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it was a dumb idea, wasn't it?
It was a dumb idea. It was me. I saw him do it. He did it really good. Not so much for me the first time. And then I had realized I got to one-up him, so I did the other one. Yep. And those are the top two worst tattoos. There's something physically wrong with Chris. He's broken. I called him up, I think maybe during the middle of that first armpit and told you that I thought you were broken. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and then I had to get the other one.
Yep. Yeah. But because we did that and promoted it, I got like 5 other people that have gotten armpit tattoos. You know, yeah. So like the side piece, I get a lot of questions about, you know, all the time, like how much does it hurt? Yeah. All right. Well, you know, long and short. First of all, I couldn't tell you if it hurt or not because I'm a dude. But second of all, like the guy that looks like this shouldn't be telling everybody how much they hurt. I'm honest about certain places. Like you can't argue. The armpit's fucking terrible.
It's not fun.
Not fun. Fuck you. It was fucking terrible. like, not fun was like some of my other tattoos. The armpit was the absolute worst. I don't want to. You could just not even answer that. I'm just telling you. But if I covered like this and say, well, the armpit didn't hurt, then obviously I'm lying. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So like, okay, I give him my scales. My scale's not your scale. Your scale is skewed way to the it doesn't hurt side. I still think they hurt sometimes.
Well, they hurt, but I think they hurt more when you're like, if it's one where you're going over the same spot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's when you start feeling when you're doing it all in the same day.
Yeah.
You have to go over that same.
It's
spot
a frame of
again and
mind.
again.
There's a lot of people ask a lot of questions about that in particular. It's a frame of mind. Like I have so many tattoos because I was getting aggravated, and we'd do a tattoo because I was aggravated with my kids and need to get the hell away from them.
Right.
You know, things like that. We had a friend that's a consistent client that one tattoo really hurt her for some reason. She couldn't figure it out. The next day, she got diagnosed with a kidney infection.
Oh wow.
And so it really was the build up to that was hurting her.
Yeah.
It wasn't, so there's a lot of physiological and psychological reasons for them to hurt. But if I say, arms don't hurt, okay, it's because arms don't hurt. But if I'm like, yeah, my armpit didn't hurt either, liar.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling me their armpit didn't hurt.
Right.
So a side panel, I get a lot of questions on, like, how's that going to feel? What have you done? I haven't done it yet. I can't tell you, but I'm not the best gauge.
I'd imagine it doesn't feel great.
No, I think it's going to suck. There's nothing much there, but I mean, you get a small cut on your head and it hurts like a fucker.
Yeah.
But a tampon's not so bad.
Yeah,
we'll see.
My wife picks at ingrown hair and it hurts.
But I don't know. I'm gonna tell them it didn't hurt probably.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't as
Worry.
bad as my armpit or the back of my knee, then I really don't. My belly button, dude. The belly button.
I'd
belly
imagine.
button
Yeah.
was rough.
No, that wouldn't feel good.
No. And then she laughed at me while she
Nipples
was
aren't the
doing it.
best either.
I did right to the edge.
Well, I didn't go over mine either. But you get to that point, and it's like, no.
I watched the guy do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sat right there. I took a video of it because I thought he was gonna start squirming and stuff because he's a big tough dude.
Yeah.
And he was just fine.
Yeah. I'm sure I could do it. I just don't want to.
No.
I don't think.
No, it was.
I don't need to. What's gonna go over it?
Well, I mean, mine.
Yours is close.
I got it's a castle, and the window around it, and so like it should be black all the way through the window, but there's a pink nipple in there, and it's staying fucking pink. That's just the way that works.
Window.
Yeah. No, thank you. She asked me about it while she was doing it. I was like, you're already like in my like sternum, like I just feel it. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Sternum's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you can feel that going right down into your dick. At least I did.
No.
You didn't feel that vibrating right
I could
into
feel
your
it.
dick?
I remember feeling it was really sore in the center part on the chest. It just felt like if somebody was hitting me with a hammer.
Yeah, but I felt that tap.
Yeah.
On the tip of my
No,
foot.
it is. I've had.
It was weird, man. It like traveled all the way
Yeah.
down the pee hole.
I've had it. There was a section way back in the day. We were working on my arm, on this arm, and it made this side of my neck just pull down.
Yeah.
So there's weird things that happen, and people are built different, but.
Right.
It's
weird.
It's
Trying to
kind
straight
of wild.
down.
Like this tattoo today, I'll be sitting right out in the front so everybody can watch it. But the armpit tattoos, I got 5 minutes into that and locked the door because there's nobody just walk in and see a guy who looks like this being like, oh my god, and his wife just sitting there. Ha, 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 ha.
After Stephanie's comment a couple weeks ago, I have to get my back done.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I didn't realize you had so much ink. You have nothing on your back."
Yep,
I'm like,
yep, the backside.
yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode.
We're about out of time. I probably should go up front and actually do some work today.
Yeah, that and I don't know what's up with that camera. Who
Who
knows if this episode's even going to come out.
Give it up. Well, we can always do it again.
Yep.
All right. See you next week.
Don't
Have a
forget
good one.
to like, subscribe, and all of that BS you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. On
Share and
Facebook
stuff like that.
and
Tell everybody about it.
and the Yahoos and the YouTubes. And what other social media people use?
You got the Tic Tac?
Oh, I didn't do the Tic Tac. We could do the Tic Tac too.
Who could?
We could.
You could.
I couldn't. I'm not putting that Chinese shit on my phone.
Well, I don't do any of it, so I ain't gonna do that.
We'll make your wife get a Tic Tac account.
We've talked about it. Fuck Tic Tac.
See you next week.
No shit given. No shit given. No shit given. We don't care what you think.